This is a really quick video to show you how to remove the back of a Sony Bravia 46V3000. My friends had a power outage and the next day the TV stopped working. What happened was if you turn it on, the green power light went on for a second or two, then it switched over to the red blinking standby flashing light, and there was sort of a buzzing sound. So from what I could see online, the problem was that the power board got fried, probably because there wasn't a surge protector in the power strip. But if you knew electronics and knew what you were doing, you could take the existing power board, figure out which component needs replacing, and replace it. But I do not. So a new power board was less than $20. Looks like that. That's the old one. I got it from a site, I think it was tvparts.com. I'll put a link. But the hardest part was getting the back off. It wasn't that hard, but it just took the longest amount of time. So real quick, this is helpful for anyone. Any place where you see an arrow is where you need to remove a screw. So 4 on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there is an arrow there. I don't know if you could see it on the video. Oh, here it is. And then there's 4 on each side, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 on the right, 4 on the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the bottom there are 5. It's all the ones that are deep within the well, and you can see the little arrow there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there are a few less obvious ones. There are 2 main ones right in the middle. There's a little arrow. There is 1 down here, right there, and then the last 2 are where the plugs are. So look for the little arrow. Here it is, and there's the screw, and there's the arrow, and there's the screw. So most of these are identical. The ones that are not are these main ones and these 2 little ones. So make sure you pay attention to where you took them out and use the same ones to put it back in. So a little trick, some of these wells are really super deep, right? And getting the screws out okay, I was able to loosen it, then just kind of pry it out with a screwdriver, make sure it didn't roll under anything. But getting it back is kind of a pain back in, especially if it's laying flat. Or I think at that point I had it standing up because I put a couple of screws back and tested it to make sure it worked before I put all the screws back. So here's a little trick. If you don't have a screwdriver that's magnetic, you just get an ordinary magnet like on these clips on the refrigerator. Take your screwdriver, hard to do this one-handed, and just do this on the end. Go the same direction, just sort of scrape it off the end, and then after a minute or two, boop, this will be magnetized enough to hold on to the end of your screw as you're threading it through and trying to find the hole. Can't show you because all the screws are in, but that is what I did. If you have a stand, you have to take it off the stand first. I thought I could just take the cover off with it still standing up, but the stand goes through the back, so you can't do that. So what I did is, they're the obvious screws for the stand. They don't have arrows next to them, but they're the obvious ones. So I was able to take the screws out, then I was able to lift it off the stand, and it's a big honking heavy thing, but I could lift it and turn around and just walk it over to the couch and lay it flat on the couch. Hopefully that was helpful. There's a different video about how exactly to swap out the power board. Someone made it for a different model of the Bravia, but it's exactly the same principle, so I'm going to put a link to that video. But hope this was helpful.